Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a OG, if you're a real one. Anyway, what's good? Hey, hi, hello. This is gonna be a different video that I've never done on my channel before, but I love these type of videos. This one might be a disaster, it might not be as fun, I don't know yet. We're just gonna have to take it moment by moment. But this is going to be an I reread Lightlark specifically. Maybe a new series, I don't know, but I reread Lightlark, so you don't have to, in preparation for Nightbane, coming out November 7th, I believe. 8th? 7th. Tuesdays is normal publishing day. 7th? Yes, I do have this pre-ordered, of course, so Finn was not having it. So I actually reread Lightlark and, like, documented the plot in which I thought was important to retell, so that if anybody doesn't want to go and watch a 3-hour deep dive, doesn't want to reread it, doesn't want to talk about the drama that came along with Lightlark and its release, this is just gonna be like the plot. This is like the story retold by me. I don't know, I think it's just these are just like fun books and fun videos to do, just like talking about the plot and just like going in on it. I don't know. So I thought we would do that today. This might be a flop, who knows, but we're gonna give it our all. The history of Lightlark. 1,000 years ago, 1,000 years ago, the realms split and had some conflict. They all kind of like did their own things. 2 of the realms like left Lightlark, and the rest remained there under the authority of King Oro. Will preface, the names are bad. The names are so bad. And every 100, no, 500, 100. Fact check? The centennial happens every 100 years, which is the only time other visitors of the world are able to go to Lightlark. There's like this storm just like constantly brewing over Lightlark, and every 100 years there's like the eye of the storm opens up or whatever, and we're able to visit for the centennial, where the 6 realm rulers can try to break the curse, because way back in the good old days, when the curse was put on everybody, the 6 current rulers sacrificed themselves in order to like have this like little loophole where everybody can go and like solve the crime or whatever. So now we take place at our book currently. Real fast though, let's go over the realms, because oh boy howdy, this is my type of writing. So there are 6 realms in this Lightlark world. You've got the wildlings, who have the ability to control nature. They fled Lightlark because of all of the drama of the curse and so on, and just like it not going good for them. And so their curse is they've been cursed to murder their true loves, but it's optional. You don't have to do it. It's just like implied that you like really should, because it's like a part of the curse, but like you don't have to do it, because our main character's mom didn't want to do that, and so the husband did it. Is real weird. The other thing's like they have to eat human hearts, and they like love to fuck. They're so horny all the time. They're just naked little tree lovers that just want to like sleep with everybody. And if they fall in love, kill them off, you know? Another fun fact about Lightlark is that if you fall in love with somebody, you share your power with them. So like they could just take it from you, you could take it from them. You both like share this like little pool of magic. That's important later, but like it's so dumb. Next, I will talk about Nightshades, because Nightling apparently was taken. I don't know what that whole thing is about, but we've got the Nightshades, who also fled Lightlark amongst all this chaos, and are often like assumed to be the ones who made this curse happen, because it's like their type of magic. They have the abilities to control like dreams and nightmares, and like affect those. And they can't go out in the day. That's it. No, they can't go out at night? No. Yeah, they can't go out at night. They can only go out in the day. So they're basically like reverse vampires. So they, I guess, like would prefer to stick to the darkness and the shadows and like the nighttime. But they like can't. What a bad curse. Oh my god, shame. Adjacent to that, or opposite to that, we've got the Sunlings, which, so stupid. The Sunlings, which is what Oro is, King of Lightlark. He's a Sunling. They have, like, firebending abilities. That's, like, their cool big thing, 'cause, you know, like, the sun, obviously, use fire. That makes sense. They're cursed that they can only go out at night. They can't go out in the sun. I don't know if, like, that has anything to do with, like, their magical abilities, like, if it amplifies their power if they were able to go in the sun, or if it's just like, ooh, feels good on the skin. But, like, you would assume real pale people now. They're not. But yeah, so they're just allergic to the sun. Like, they get, like, a rash. Like, they feel pain being in the sun, which truly, like, doesn't feel like a big limitation. Like, it feels like you could still do these things. It's more like a guideline, like, you're not forced to do all of them. Next, we got the Skylings, who can fly. I don't know why that's, like, their cool ability. Like, they're airbenders and can fly, but their curse is that they can't fly. But they don't have, like, wings? So I don't know how they fly, and I don't know if I ever really got an answer to that. But yeah, they can't fly. That's their whole thing. Oh, and they're also... Hello? They're also, like, this big democracy. Like, the Skyling guy is like, yeah, no, like, they can vote on things. Like, we're cool like that. Like, we're all besties, and, like, it's what the people want. Next, we've got the Moonlings, and they are all about, like, water and healing. They give, like, real elf vibes, if we're being super honest. Their curse is super silly, and, like, also, like, it can be bad, but, like, it's so easy to avoid that, like, none of these curses are really bad. Every full moon, the ocean, like, tries to eat them. Like, if they're, like, walking along the beach on a full moon, they're gonna get snatched, and, like, the ocean's like, yum. That's their whole thing. They can just, like, stay inside. Wild. And because their curse isn't so bad, they're, like, also up there in the, like, potentially probably guilty party of the curse happening, because they're like, you just don't go outside, you're fine, like, you've got the easiest curse. But, like, I feel like the ocean eating people is a little bit more dramatic than, like, not going outside at a certain time or not being able to fly. Like, people are dying. But okay, that seems less dramatic. And then finally, we've got the Starlings, whose abilities I don't remember. I don't recall a single thing about them, but they've got the worst curse ever. They die at the age of 25. Like, just right then and there, birthday, dead. So that's crummy. That's a shitty death. Like, that's like the worst kind of curse. Like, you just die. Everybody else can't fly, but, like, you're dead. Now, let's meet our contestants for the 5th annual Centennial. First up, I've scripted these. This is important to me. First, we have the Blue Power Ranger. Our token gay and black character who is seriously underutilized and too good for this world. We've got the ruler of Skylings, Azul. The names are super unique. I'm telling you right now, you'll never find a name like these. Next up, we have the ambiguously queer, main villain energy bad bitch, has a cool pet bird. I don't know why. And willing to kill whoever it takes. We've got ruler of the Moonlings, Cleo. Honestly, girl crush. Holy shit, is she badass? I will just tell you. Following our ruthless Cleo is old-ass man has the ability of 4 realms because some remained on the island. The literal power of Lightlark, the king of Lightlark, the ruler of the Sunlings, Oro. I fucking kid you not. I read this book twice. He's an old-ass man, but, like, he isn't. I don't know what the aging situation is like in this world, but I'm very unsure how he could be the ruler of Lightlark for, I think, 500 years. And, like, it's not weird. Make it make sense. He's so old. Youngest of the bunch, first ever Centennial goer, likely to die soon. Full of many secrets, secret besties with our main bitch, ruler of the Starlings, Celeste, who's going to die soon. If the curse doesn't break, she's gonna die. That's, like, concerning. We've got stakes. We've got high stakes. It's great. Next, next is our dark and mysterious first time participating in the Centennial because they're too good to participate usually. Morally gray and literally gray. Ruler of the Nightlings, but they're not. They're nightshades. I still don't get it. Grimshaw, also known as Grim. Who said Grimshaw was a good name for this man? Grim, I get it. We could just like name him Grim. Grimmy, Grimmel, Grimes. I don't care. Grimshaw? You've got Azul and Oro and Celeste. And you're gonna tell me this motherfucker's name is Grimshaw? Okay. Anyways, and finally, our main dog. The only cast member who isn't hundreds of years old besides Celeste. No power loser. Tasked to seduce Oro to seal her fate, hopefully. And find an artifact called the Bond Breaker with her bestie Celeste, ruler of the wildlings. Fuck this name. Isla? I hate it so much. When I read the book, I was like, okay, it's like an island, so it's gonna be Isla. That's a beautiful name. Great. Good job. It's not. It's Isla. And every time I had to listen to it in the audiobook, it really angered me. Who thought that name was a good idea? It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm so cool. We're having a cool one right now. My favorite character, absolutely Grim. He's got a sane... Okay, and Azul. But, like, again, Azul is so underutilized. He's, like, such a freaking sweetheart. He's got a democracy willing to back him up in his sacrificial death. Like, he's a good lad. And like, he just, like, he got the short end of the stick, truly. But I really liked Grim throughout the entire book. I really enjoyed his character, just, like, his attitude, like, brooding love interest in every book. You know the type. I love the type. That is my type. So I really enjoyed him. I love Cleo. Again, we don't see a lot of these other characters. Like, it's mostly following Isla. You see Grim probably the most, besides, next to that, like, Oro and Celeste. Cleo and Azul are just, like, often doing their own thing, and I don't think that they're utilized as much, and I'm hoping, like, in the second book, like, they'll stir shit up. I know that, like, by the end, spoiler alerts, Cleo was like, fuck all of you, and is, like, willing to go to war. So I know, like, there's gonna be fun, batshit crazy high stakes. I'm just excited to see, like, what she's gonna do, truly, because I love her. I love everybody except for Oro, Celeste, and Isla. Isla? Fuck. That's gonna happen so much. I'm so sorry. Oro was, like, a fine, like, character. Like, he was decently written. I just don't understand, like, this old man and everything to come. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Chill. So now we can get into the potatoes. The potatoes of the story. We're following Isla directly all the time. You are going to be stuck with that lad. Sorry. Now that we know the realms, the people that we're interacting with, because I kid you not, there's such a small cast of characters, we can get into the story, where we start with Isla. This is gonna be painful for me. We start with Isla, who's like, I have no magic. I'm a little bird stuck in my cage. I'm so sheltered. But, like, I could fight. Yeah, I've been trained brutally to fight. Is using this artifact called the Star Rod. Let's keep it in mind. It is a star rod. It's fine. The naming of things is so stupid in this book. I'm shitting on this book so much. I gave it 5 stars. Anyway, she uses the Star Rod artifact to teleport to the other realms. So at this point in time, we see her with Celeste, and they are conspiring to figure out how they can break the curse on themselves / their realms, but not everybody else, by using this thing called the Curse Breaker. Why? Nobody would think, like, this very powerful artifact on Lightlark called the Curse Breaker would, like, be anyone's first idea, but it's their first idea. And so that's, like, plan A. Find the Curse Breaker, use it with each other, and no longer be cursed. Just that easy. Plan B, seduce Oro. It's just, like, so extreme from one end to the other. And then we finally get to the Centennial. We are on Lightlark, and I kid you not, I wish so desperately that I was able to pay enough attention. I should see if... We're just gonna look right now. Oh man, I don't think anyone's done it. I really wish that I did. Next time I read this, if I ever read it again, I will have a near-death count. I started, I kid you not, like I was doing it, and I think I missed some. Because the amount of times that this woman, girl, I don't remember how old, she's probably like 19. Like she's young, dating, it's fine. Anyway, I kid you not, she has the survival skills of a toddler. We get to Lightlark, and she just almost walks right off a cliff. Like, just like starts the entire book like almost face first into the abyss. And we're supposed to root for her to be the main character and like be cool. It's cool. It's fine. Everything's cool and fine. And after this near-death experience is when we start being introduced to the other arrivals. So we meet Celeste for the first time. Grimm appears. Azul and Cleo also appear. But they like all have... I don't understand Lightlark. I probably should like pay more attention to the geography. But my understanding was that only 2 of the realms left. And so Lightlark is like Lightlark, and then there's like sub-islands for each of the realms. And 2 of them are dormant because they left. That's my understanding. I don't know if that's fucking correct, but like that's what I understood. So then we like get to the nice castle everybody's gonna be staying in, except for everyone who like has their own castle won't be obviously staying there. I don't understand anything. Continuing, we get to Isla's room where she siren sings on her balcony and falls into the ocean and almost dies. She's saved by Oro, we find out later. So, now we get into, like, the meats of the story. It continues to progress. The first, like, 25% of this book is a dick measuring competition between the realms. So, the way that the competition works, which I do like in theory, each realm puts forth a trial that everyone has to participate in, and depending on how the trial goes, you get a point. So, this determines... so stupid. So this competition will determine after the first 25 days or whatever of no killing. This is a no kill zone for 25 days. Once that happens, the winner gets to choose the pairs for the latter half of Lightlark. And like by day 50, everyone's like a free-for-all to potentially try to murder. Because, oh, I should explain. The way that you have to break the curse is you have to do something and somebody has to die. Like, you have to find something. Like, you have to find the heart, I think. Find, like, the power source of Lightlark. And you have to kill off an entire realm. If the ruler dies, they all die. So, like, hasta luego to an entire fucking realm. As if, like, they don't contribute a little bit to society. It's cool. It's fine. Once you get partnered up, you can't kill your partner. And you guys have to work together to solve the mystery. So we've got the first trial. The first trial is done by Grimm, and it is a duel. So you just gotta fight each other. And it comes down to, at the end, Isla and Oro, and of course, King of Lightlark. Isla basically lets him win. She's like, yeah, I could kick your ass because I've trained for this my whole life, but actually, I'm gonna let you win. I don't want to be seen as a threat so early on, even though I did just kick everyone else's ass and like prove that I'm good enough. And Oro absolutely saw right through her and like knew that she was giving in. It just like was stupid all around. Like, either go big or go home, girl. Like, what are you doing? Commit to the act or kick ass. One or the other. And the only like thing to note in this moment is that Grimm gave Isla a heads up to what his trial was gonna be, and also they have like this really cute chocolate moment when they're like hanging out in like the market area. Like, they buy chocolates and like have this like very cute little romance scene, and I'm just like, oh, I love this. I like it so much. Okay, and then we've got the second trial, which is done by Celeste, and she brings out like this starling mirror artifact that when you stand in front of it, it like, I don't really understand how the magic works. I don't know if like your soul goes into the mirror or if it's just like an illusion but nobody else can see it, but basically it shows you your biggest fear and you have to like escape the puzzle. Basically, like you have to find your way out of it, and it's timed. Whoever gets the shortest time wins, which in this case is Cleo. Isla comes in last because she forgets that Celeste told her like a cool trick to get out of it quicker, like so she doesn't get consumed by her fear, because you can get left in the mirror forever. Just like forgets that silly little fact and like takes forever to come out, and by the time she comes out, everybody is fucking left except for Celeste. Like, what? She was in there for 6 minutes and y'all just like dip. It's a competition. I feel like it's fine. But the reason that this was Celeste's pick for a trial is because she has this like leather glove that she puts on the mirror, and it takes everybody's fingerprints onto it, which I think helps them get into like libraries in each of their castles later on. So that's something. They have a leather fingerprint glove. I hate it. 3 was done by Azul. Was this? I don't remember if these are flip-flopped or not, but trial 4 is Isla's, and one of them was like, what's the worth of your realm? Like, what can your realm bring to the table? Like, what are your secrets, basically? And we learned that Azul can send letters via the wind. Oro can like cast light, and that's basically when we learn that he is able to heat Lightlark, and he makes all the flames in the castle rooms alit and warm and so on. He's basically warming all of Lightlark. That's important for later. Cleo has a stash of like secret ships, which makes everybody really upset because the girl's ready for war. Celeste can use like conjuration magic, if you will. They can like create weapons with their whatever power, their star powers that they have that I still don't know or understand. The wildlings have been working on like a salve to heal, because the only people that can heal are the moonlings, and they've like skyrocketed the price because they're like, ooh, you want to see a doctor? You have to pay me handsomely. And so the wildlings have like this healing salve that like helps heal but doesn't necessarily help with pain, so I don't feel like it's that effective. And then finally we have the boring ass mysterious dark grim, who's like, nothing, fuck you guys, I am not contributing to your society. So the next trial is done by Cleo, and it's a trial of desires, and you have to like go through this water swimming maze. I didn't care. I think Cleo also won that one. And then the final one is Oro, and he has like this super little secret. He's so sneaky. I kind of liked it. He has everybody like just sit down for tea like it's a normal afternoon. And once they finish drinking the tea, it's like in the tea leaves or like in the cup or something magical. It's like their deepest, darkest secret. And their trial is that they have to share it or shatter the glass. So they can either tell everybody or they can say, absolutely not. And everybody just starts throwing their teacups on the ground because obviously no one's going to share their deepest, darkest secrets. Oro is the only one who announces what his teacup says, even though he does also shatter it, so like there's no proof. But he's like, Lightlark is dying. I'm losing power. It's losing power. We've got this one chance to live. During this, there was a feast in which they just like fed Isla a full ass heart because that's what they eat. But because she doesn't have powers, she doesn't abide by the wildling rules, so she actually can eat whatever she wants. But it's like they like make her take a bite, and then they will like excuse her and let her eat privately in her room. Wild. We also meet her like handmaiden, if you will, who is a young starling girl, and she's like, they've traded, so Isla is giving her the healing salve for her knee, I think, and then she's bringing in like real food for her in secret. So they've got a little like thing going on there. Also in this time, Isla is going undercover boo-doo-doo-doo to find the curse breaker, as we've mentioned. So she goes to the moonlings castle and breaks in and goes into their library, gets in, like, she's, like, not stealthy. She, like, did not do it well. They did almost catch her, and Cleo definitely knows that it was probably her that did it, which, you know, isn't, like, putting yourself in a great position, but she does get out alive. I think it was, like, happening on, like, a full moon, too. Like, chaos might have already been brewing. I don't really remember too much. So, Oro chooses the teams as following. We've got Azul and Grim. We've got Celeste and Cleo. And then, plot twist of the century, we've got Oro and Isla. Besties abound. So, now we've got the entire rest of the book, which I kid you not, is a motherfucking scavenger hunt. I don't know what everybody else is doing during this time, trying to, like, solve the clue, like, the mystery, and, like, puzzle it all together. But I kid you not, Oro and Isla go on a scavenger hunt to find the power source of Lightlark, to find the heart. Because Isla's a wildling, so obviously she's supposed to, like, be very in tune with nature and animals, and, like, kind of have the ability to control them, and also, like, incredible knowledge. So she's able to tell him, like, what type of plants on Lightlark, which she's never been to before. How she knows all the plants, I don't know. But she's supposed to know, like, where the heart could be hidden, like, which plants could hide an entire heart, which I guess, like, does, like, this silly little kooky thing where it blooms in different locations frequently. I don't really get that. Like, it doesn't want to be found. Spoiler alert, it takes them the entire book to find it, and it's not until the very last spot that they check where they're like, oh, look, here's the heart. Let me read this to you. It's the last place they check where the yolky egg cracks with the yolky heart. We later learn that the heart looks more like Oro's yellow orbs and not a yolk. I don't know why she described it so yolky. Like, she's like, it's yolky. Like, yolk. I can't even say the word anymore. It's no longer a word. Yolk, like, egg yolk, like the sun. I don't get it. It's wild. I hated it. I hated it so much. It's bad. And during the search, because Oro can only go out during the night, so during the day, when Isla's not, like, sleeping like a normal person probably should, she's, like, undercover, in broad daylight, sneaking in to other libraries to continue the search for the curse breaker. No luck. She's not finding it in anybody's artifact library, which is weirdly easy to break into. I don't really get it. Oh, yes, I must mention, amongst the searches, there are many near-death experiences. There is an assassination attempt on her life in the market. There was a spectral possession in one of the, like, water caverns. There were mermaids, and there were, the one thing that, like, makes me really unhappy. They were like, they're like goblins. Like, they're wildlings gone bad. I don't really get it. But they're there, and they're like, we don't fuck with you. So the wildlings also try to kill Isla at some point. Because they're like monsters. Isla also has... I hate myself. Isla has also been having some intense wet dreams about Grim, and has some really cute flirting little moments, which I do love. Grim can also turn not only invisible, because that's, like, a nightshade thing, he can also, like, blink. So the, like, big grandiose thing is that everybody has, like, a super cool special ability. He can just, like, blink and teleport wherever he wants. Teleport wherever he wants. I wonder what that would have to do with anything. Why would they teleport? Anyway. Politic-wise, when it comes to the competition, Azul's like, hey, we've, as a democracy, have voted, like, we're cool with sacrificing our entire system, even though, like, we are incredibly beneficial to society. I'm ready to die, because I think he lost his husband a while, like, I think his husband's dead, or partner died, and so he's, like, sad and alone, so he's like, yeah, I'm willing to kill everyone. But most people want to kill the starlings because they're less populated, and they already are dying off at 25, so, like, they're just, like, not as beneficial to society for them, and, like, that's the whole scheme. So Cleo's, like, ready to kill Celeste, but they're partners, so they can't. Was Oreo being sneaky? Maybe. Maybe he thought it through. And then to continue moving the plot forward, Isla shares her dirty little secret with Oreo like a dumbass and was like, hey, bud, I actually don't have any magic. Oops. And Oreo's like, interesting. 180. He switches partners, so he is now working with Cleo, and he told everybody that she doesn't have magic. So that puts quite the target on her back, and she decides now that this partner switch has happened, she follows Cleo, and Cleo's big bird like caught in the sky, and Cleo nearly freezes her to death and nearly kills her. Yeah, Oreo like saves her, and she's like, fuck you, you betrayed me, like you're scum. And he's like, no, I had to search her land for the heart without you, so like I had to do it safely, so like I had to switch partners, and like that was just a good reason. It's like, but you didn't have to tell them like her darkest secret. Like, we could have done that in a better way, maybe. But we also learn his flair, which is like his special ability, is that he can tell when people are lying to him. So he's liked her because she's always been honest. No, she hasn't. She's absolutely lied a few times. But he likes her, and like he doesn't lie to her or something. Basically, like, they're trying to force a romance, and I don't fucking like it. On day 50, when like the guidelines lift a little bit and stakes rise, because I think the centennial lasts for 100 days, so there's like this fun little 50th day ball, which I love ball scenes so much. And in this, Isla like drinks fae juice basically, and like gets real drunk and is like stripping her garments because she's so warm, and it's just like such a fun little haze of just like, ooh la la, everything is so fun and so great. And then Oreo finds her, takes her back to their room, and like they cuddle. I don't know why. I didn't like it. I didn't get it. It wasn't for me, really. Ugh. Oh yeah, and then he's like, I hate him. I truly hate him. They're like having this moment where she's like, don't leave, like we can hang out, like I'm drunk, I'm getting to know you, like we're trying to be friends, and like we're partners and working together on this thing, because back in the day the sunlings, nightshades, and wildlings like created Lightlark, so like there's like that weird little like bond connection thing. And so he thinks that they're close enough friends to be like, so like how many partners have you had, like how much sex do you have, like sir, that's like so inappropriate. You are 500 plus years old. That's not cool. She's like a child with no magic, therefore the curse does not really affect her, and you're gonna ask her, a child, how many partners she's had, because wildlings are just like known for seduction. Ew, I hate it. When like I first read this book, like I genuinely like pictured him like so old man, like before we even recognizing that he was actually 500 years old, like a vampire type of thing. I genuinely like thought he was like 50 years old, like in his 50s, like ruling Lightlark type of thing, like salt and pepper hair, like looking old. And it just like baffled me how like this book just becomes, I hate it. But while Isla was having a super fun time getting super drunk and having a little cuddle sesh with the king, during this time, Celeste is poisoned somehow, and because when her body's just like on display for anyone to like go visit, I guess, and Isla goes to see her and like sees Azul's diamonds in her hand, but everyone assumes that Cleo's the one that actually did the poisoning because they like switched teams and stuff. But then it's plot twist, it was Azul who did it. The other little minor detail, just for my little heart, was that this is when around this time of Celeste being poisoned in like this comatose state of, she's not dead, but she is just like in a coma for a little while. She's fine by the end. But her and Grimm, Isla and Grimm, have a moment. They get it on. And all of those wet dreams kind of come back, being like, wow, he's so familiar. He, like, really, there's something about him just, like, feels right. Like, we've done this hundreds of times before. Anyway. Finally, they find the heart in the last place they would ever think to look. The big, like, cliche about the heart is that whoever finds the heart or holds the heart or whatever is, like, given the powers of Lightlark. And so Oro's like, you helped find it, so you can have it. And so she just, like, now has the powers of Lightlark. Like, she is Lightlark. So now, since Oro's like, great, you did it. You have the power of Lightlark. You have to decide who we're killing off. Oops. Like, have fun, queen. So she has to decide between the Nightshades or the Starlings who she wants to kill off. Grim, who she's, like, low-key falling in love with, or Celeste, her best friend. Who's she gonna pick? Who knows? She takes a fucking arrow to the heart. She's fine. She survives it. Celeste wakes up. Moving forward. Lovesick doesn't want to kill Grim. Doesn't want to kill her best friend. She's like, let's make a new plan. Let's find this curse breaker that I haven't been able to find, and let's just, like, book it. Like, the three of us. Like, we'll just be, like, a cute little runaway team. Like, we'll just, like, be the best of friends. And we'll just leave. Because I can't make a decision of who to kill. This is also the point where there's a target on her head, and everybody wants to kill her. I don't really remember how we jumped to this position, but now she's hiding in the wildlings' dormant land, and she is, like, just trying not to get murdered. Like, if she, like, leaves the wildling land, like, they're gonna get her, because the wildling land where she's at, like, their palace, only wildlings can use their magic there. Like, everybody else will not have access to their magic. But her, if I understood that correctly. So that's cool. That's fun. Okay, I did just read my notes, and I do recognize that I've been calling it the curse breaker this whole time. It's a bond breaker. My bad. But this is the point where Celeste shows up, and she's like, hey, bitch, I found the bond breaker, so let's use it. And they begin, like, this little, like, blood ritual, and then the boys show up, Oro and Grim, and they're like, wait, no, it's a trap. It's actually a bond maker. And so they, like, bond themselves to each other, and then Celeste is like, oop, got your powers. And to make it even better, not only does she get Isla's power, who just, like, consumed Lightlark's power, but because the boys both love her, and she loves them, which makes no fucking sense to me, because, you know, like, doesn't make any sense, she also takes Grim and Oro's power. So that's, like, 3 realms just, like, completely powerless. Nothing could go wrong. There's only good from this. Everything's great. So, plot twist, Celeste shifts into her true form, which is actually this girl named Aurora, who is Oro's brother's ex-girlfriend, who Oro's brother was going to marry, who was, like, the original Lightlark ruler. They were gonna, like, get married, but instead, Oro's brother was like, ooh, I'm in love with a wildling. Sorry. And, like, they instead get together. And so, like, that didn't go very well. And Aurora was a starling. So she, out of true just, like, revenge of being mad that she was not picked and, like, married because a man fell in love with somebody else, she, like, curses everybody for the rest of life. And every 25 years, she shifts into a new ruler for the starlings. Skating right under the radar. Ain't nobody ever gonna know. I also feel like true dedication to wait 500 years to, like, enact this big plan. Like, it's a long con type of game. Like, how do you not... How? I can't commit to, like, most things in my life. How do you commit to a year that takes 500 years? And, like, still might have not happened. Like, we put a lot of trust in the chosen one of Isla. I don't really get it. 500 years. 500 years to enact revenge on a man who's fucking dead. Make it make sense. I don't get it. So now we learn about the romance between Grim and Isla, which has been happening forever. They've been dating for quite a while. All of these wet dreams she's been having are actually, like, their memories. And I kid you not, Grim took her memories away before the Centennial so that Oro would fall in love with her, because he was actually secretly working with Aurora and thought that she wouldn't be upset about this betrayal and didn't think that Isla would fall in love with Oro in return. And so he was like, haha, we can take, like, Oro's power and, like, control Lightlark and, like, everything can be great again and I can help this, like, crazy girl. Backfired on him majorly. Didn't go great. Now Grimm is unhappy because Isla doesn't want to be with him. Rightfully so. That was kind of a dick move. Like, you could have just, like, nah. Oh, that's the big thing. The reason she loves Oro is because he's never lied to her. Raise the bar. Oh my god. We're falling in love with men for the bare minimum, ladies, and we gotta stop this pattern. It's not healthy. So we learn the history of Isla. She is the love child of a wildling and a nightshade, and so her magic has been suppressed by the nightshade's abilities. So she actually has, like, hella powers, but then Aurora took it, so, like, no. But she still has the Star Rod, so she, like, zaps herself home to, like, the wildling realm, and then gears up in, like, armor and, like, weapons, and then zips back in to Lightlark wildling's dormant realm to just fucking fight Aurora, sorry. Just to fight Aurora. And so basically they have, like, this little fight. Isla is able to take back the bond maker, uses it on her, and Aurora takes Aurora and her powers back. So now she's, like, the most powerful ever. Aurora dies, but all of the starlings survive because the curse is broken and consequences be damned. Like, they all just survived because Aurora died. But hey, a realm didn't quite die like the prophecy foretold, but they sure did kill the leader, so it's basically the same thing. Anyways, Cleo's like, yeah, fuck you guys, blocked off her realm from everybody, and is, like, ready for war. Grimm yeeted himself because he's so heartbroken because he wasn't chosen. Oro and Isla are now in love, and Azul's just chilling. Like, that man's got nothing going on. Yeah, probably having a great time. Hope he's thriving. Can't wait to see him again. So, to finish out the story, Oro and Isla are living their best lives, hanging out. Oro gives Isla the wildling crown, and they go back to her realms, dormant land, and has this little, like, aha moment, because there's been this, like, vault, this locked door that they have not been able to figure out, and the crown was the key all along. And I kid you not, the book just ends with her opening the vault, and we know nothing. We see nothing. It's just, like, she opens it. You know, like, oh my god. You know, in Twilight, one of the movies ends with, what's his name? Edward. Oh my god, I was like, Robert Pattinson, what's his name? With Edward being like, Bella, marry me. And she's like, it's very much like that type of ending where you're just like, but, like, nobody cares because, like, why do I care about what's in your secret vault? Like, that has nothing to do with me. But congrats, bro. You broke the curse. Congratulations. So that is literally the plot of Lightlark. It is dumb. It is way too long for what happens. Like, I was able to sum this up so much faster than the audiobook could ever tell you the story. I think it is so much fun, though. And no, it's not, like, profound, the best writing I've ever read, but that's not something that I necessarily need. And as an aspiring writer, like, it doesn't have to be the perfect book to be good, to be entertaining. I read for entertainment. I'm not necessarily reading for, like, the most cohesive, well put together story that you've ever read, because, like, truly, what the fuck do I know about writing? But I do know that there are moments in this book that are just dumb and silly, and it was just a fun time for me. Like, I was able to just, like, read it in one sitting. Listening to the audiobook just, like, brought back the memories. It's fun. It's not good, but most of my favorite books aren't good. Like, that's just the standard for me. Like, don't expect good literature to come out of my likes. Sorry. But it was fun. It's a story that I'm excited to see, like, where it could go, because truly, like, it could be a standalone. If, like, the vault thing didn't happen, like, boom, you've got your book. Like, there was a curse, they broke it. So I'm interested to know, like, if the world is going to get bigger from here, now that Isla is the ruler and Cleo's ready for war. Like, I don't have any predictions. I don't feel like there was a greater plot going on in Lightlark. It just was like that central thing. And so I don't know where we could go from here, but I'm intrigued to find out. My audiobook will be coming in on day of release, which is exciting. Hopefully my book will as well. I think the cover is kind of bad, if we're being super honest, but I'm excited nonetheless. I will definitely be reading it as soon as I can, and I'm hoping for the best. So, how did I do? Was this fun? Did we have a good time? Have you read Lightlark or did you just watch this? Because both are respectable. Remember, be nice to people if you have different opinions, and if you hate a book that somebody else enjoys, like, let people live their happy little lives. Don't be mean. Great. I will see you guys in my next video soon. Bye!